So welcome everybody. It's wonderful to have every single one of you tonight to attend your guide to a healthy weight. So for those of you who may not know what TLS stands for, it is Transitions Lifestyle System, and it's a weight management solution. And of course, you know, generally people might think of it as a weight loss solution, but in fact, we've been able to help people to actually get leaner, fitter, and have more muscle and or even gain weight. So when you think about TLS, it's actually a wellness program, more so just a weight loss solution. And I just want to thank you for being on tonight. In the next little while, I really don't take it lightly that you're on, because of the fact that, you know, you could be doing many other things, but then, you know, in the late sort of evening, you're willing to be coming on here to check out this solution. And or for those of you who are business owners, you might have already learned or known about this. It's still wonderful for us to be able to share with you some of the things that are very, very helpful. So by way of introduction, Kitty Cheng's my name. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology with the University of Melbourne, Intercultural and Community Studies at the Table Bible College, and Diploma of Coaching with the Shaw Academy, specializing in health and nutrition. And that is pretty much something that I'm very passionate about, and that is helping people with coaching, you know, focused on helping them reaching their wellness and their weight goals through amazing nutrition. And I'm an franchise owner or internet franchise owner, and particularly for this context, you know, I'm a Transition Lifestyle System certified health coach and trainer as well. And I've published a book called Juggling Health and Wealth. And the ethos of, you know, that book is really about the concept that your very first health is your wealth. Even though, you know, when we think about wealth, a lot of times people think about financial resources. Yes, that's true. But in my understanding, you know, the concept is very much so that, you know, your health is really your wealth. Like the example that I always share, which was one of the stories that I've written in my book, was about my dad. He was a very, very successful and rich businessman. And however, he was not healthy. He would be working 80 to 100 hours a week, to the point that, you know, he was just so overworked and tired and exhausted. And he was then, you know, not eating healthy. And as a result, he was overweight. And so that's why when seeing my dad being so unwell, and to the point, you know, he actually passed away when he was only 52 of cancer. And so all of that really got me into search of, you know, becoming healthy. And the other reason why, it was because I was born with a hole in my heart, and that is a congenital heart defect that caused me to not be able to do any kind of exercise since a young girl until, well, I actually had a surgery when I was 10 years old. But even then, after that, I was never really able to have the guts, so to speak, to do any exercise to be healthy. So I was always unwell and I was always unfit, even though I was never overweight. So seeing my dad and my own illness and, you know, even his death caused me to be putting my hands on everything and anything I could about health since a young girl. In fact, many of you may not know this. I actually wanted to start off, I wanted to be a doctor, but my marks weren't good enough, so I had to be doing psychology instead. And then thank God that I was having the opportunity later on to study health and nutrition. And now doing this business is something that I'm so grateful and blessed to be able to support others with their, you know, wellness and weight goals. So when it comes to goals or why, I always share with, you know, my business partners or my students that at the center of everything really is a why. If you have a why, then, you know, the how and the what will take care of themselves a lot of the time. So what I would like to ask you personally, and you would like to, if you want to type that into your group chat to share with us, and that is, first of all, why do you want to manage your weight? Now, when we're talking about managing your weight, I'm not only talking about weight loss, as I mentioned. It's more to do with having a healthy weight or an ideal weight so that you can actually do what you want to do and to be able to reach, a healthy lifestyle, right? So if you don't mind writing or typing into the group chat, why do you want to manage your weight? And if you are not right now at an ideal weight or body fat percentage, or, a lifestyle that is giving you the opportunity to be healthy, to do the things that you really, really want, then think about, let's say, 6 months from now, or even a year from now, or some of us maybe, a month or 3 months, that will actually get you to your ideal health goal. How would your life be different? Because I've had so many of my clients that, have been doing TLS with me. They can, be anywhere from people that say to me, oh, well, if I can fit into my skinny jeans or my black dress, or being able to play with my kids more efficiently, or some grandmas and grandpas might say, I want to play with my grandchildren, all that kind of thing, are really good things, because it's not only so much about just the physique, but as a result of you reaching your total wellness. And that's what I also call true wealth, because your true wealth means you reach your total well-being. And one thing I would like to draw your attention when I talk about total wellness, of course, in the context of transition lifestyle system, I'm talking about physical health, because we're talking about helping people to reach their physical body weight and or body fat percentage, and we'll talk about body composition a bit later on. But it's so crucial for us to think about a holistic health approach. And I always talk about an anchor action. I don't know whether you can see my screen. Anchor is like that, right? You go up and then out. So what that means is 5 dimensions of health. So that includes, when you go up, is spiritual, here is mental, then emotional, then your body is your physical. Of course, the physical part is what we're focusing on as we talk about TLS, but then social health, which is as you extend yourself out, is so important. That's why during the pandemic now, we also need to understand the concept that your community can build your immunity. So the fact that I'm able to actually connect with my friends, my business partners, my family, that is also crucial. So this is actually something I want to sort of say in the get-go, that as much as we always talk about the physical side of things, the 5 different dimensions of health is very important as well. So when it comes to your physical health, what are your struggles? Now, these are some of the common ones that many people go through. Especially, mothers and fathers. I know that for a lot of my friends, they have too much to do for their kids or for their loved ones, or for those that have like aged parents, they need to look after them. They become the carer. And if you are someone that look after, someone else's health to a point that you might have forgotten your own, then you will struggle, because self-love and self-care is extremely important. In fact, once we actually got to stage 4, yesterday I actually wrote a post on Facebook talking about the importance of all of us having the self-care, because your sleep, your nutrition, your exercise, and your relaxation, mindfulness, etc., are all part and parcel of your total wellness. And that's something I really want to drill home to you. And of course, some of us are so busy that we don't even have time to exercise, and or you don't like to cook, or some of us say, I don't know how to cook. How many of you can say that? Then, that can be a struggle. And, of course, people are busy at work, and I've had so many of my students tell me, I've tried so many different types of diet, but nothing really has worked, or they may have experienced some success, but then, they've fallen off the wagon. There is this thing called yo-yo dieting. You can actually lose weight and gain back, lose weight, gain back, and it's very common because of the fact that if we are unable to actually go through very lifestyle change, rather than just sort of, the dimension of one area of, okay, I lose, and then you're learning how, not, what to eat, but not how to eat, that kind of thing, then it's not a lifestyle change. What about, making poor food choices? I've had so many people tell me now, oh, I'm not ready yet because now we're at home, we're so easily tempted to eat unhealthy food. In fact, if you think of it like that, you need to change your mindset, because if you are now being able to spend a lot of time at home, you can be so focused on improving your health. So that is an area that I would love you to actually really change your mindset. So anyone else, apart from all of this that I've mentioned here, that you may be struggling when it comes to your health, is there any other thing that you have experienced that caused you to struggle with your health or your weight? So let me just quickly go back to some of your group chat and see what you guys have typed in there. Thanks for sharing, guys. All right, so Vera wants to maintain your ideal weight. Yep, you and I are the same, and we both want to have more muscle, right? And can maintain your ideal weight, drop body fat under 10%, that is great. And Ian wants to reduce the effects of asthma and Crohn's. Definitely we can help you with our solutions, no problem at all, Ian. And of course, looking better is something that we all want, you know, to feel great, look great, and to have more energy is something a lot of us also want to achieve. And with Neroli, you're in your 50s, and earlier this year you had a hip replacement, solving a long-term problem. Now you want to be fitter and stronger. Definitely TLS is something that will help you with that. And Charmaine wants to go back to healthy, body fat percentage, to maintain it and to have more confidence. Definitely, you're definitely on track with that, Charmaine, my dear. And Judy tends to eat snacks a lot at night, and yeah, if we are able to actually help you sort of with the mindset side of things, then certainly the struggle of eating non-healthy snacks can be something that you can achieve, no problem. Yes, and you love food a little bit too much, Joey. Yes, many of us are, but you know what? We can actually help you ascertain new favorite foods through TLS, and we are always saying that you are not going to reduce eating food, but just to have new favorite food, and that is something we can all help you with. Yeah, balancing your eating healthier snack, etc., is really, really important. For sure. Thank you everyone for sharing, really appreciate it. Now, in terms of weight management, you know that it is not one size fits all. And so many people think of it as like a universal, just one way of doing it. In fact, that is actually a myth. Every single one of us has different ways of living our lifestyle, you know, our exercise pattern, and, you know, even our way of looking at food in terms of psychology with food. That's why I always say, when it comes to weight management or healthy lifestyle, it's not only about exercise or nutrition, it's also about your mindset. I always say, you know, the things between your 2 ears, your mind, is extremely important when it comes to helping you to become healthier and or lose weight. And many commercial weight loss programs out there only place emphasis on what to eat and not how to eat. Now, the what is not really the only thing or the be all or end all. The how is extremely important. And when we talk about the 4 pillars, I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about that, particularly in our amazing pillar about, you know, glycemic impact eating, okay? And one thing that is also very important, we need to focus on fat loss, not just weight loss, because if you only look at weight, it can be muscle, it can be water, it can even be healthy fats or healthy carbohydrates or protein. So the numbers on the scale is absolutely not something we should focus on. In fact, we always tell people, just focus on the centimeters around your body, your visceral fat, your body fat, and that is what we are calling you to focus on what we call the body composition, because true health and fitness is the result of an optimized ratio of muscle to fat. So look at this lady on the right hand side. She's got a really good physique. The reason being she has healthy metabolism in terms of the ratio between her fat and her muscle. For people that are not healthy are the ones that have slower metabolism, or those of us that are sort of getting a bit more mature and older. It's natural that our muscle mass versus fat ratio sort of, you know, is actually getting worse and slower in terms of metabolism. That's why we need to understand the concept that muscle dictates metabolism. And in order to do that, we need to focus on our body composition. And it doesn't matter what age you're at. Now, TLS has what we call a 4-pillar approach or 4 components, you think about a chair or a table, okay? If you want to be having a steady way of sitting, you will sit on a chair with 4 legs, right? If you only have 3 legs, then it's not steady. It's the same thing with our transition lifestyle system, weight management solution. You can be having 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 4. You will still be better off than not doing any of these 4. But if you're able to focus in on all 4 of them, then you'll be able to get the best result possible. And I've seen time and time again. I've started being, you know, a nutritionist 6-7 years ago, and with TLS already, you know, 5-6 years already. And those that are able to go through all 4 of these components are the ones that get the best result. Now, first of the 4 components is low glycemic impact eating. It is about, as I mentioned, eating your favorite food. So if you are someone that loves food a little too much, like myself and Joey, that's not a problem because you will be able to continue eating more. In fact, a lot of people will tell you, you know, once you actually get into TLS, you are eating more of the right kind of favorite foods. It's not eating less. In fact, if you actually eat less, sometimes it might not be beneficial too, depending on where you're at, right? And the other thing is body composition. As I mentioned, you know, body fat percentage, as well as, you know, your visceral fat, as are more important than just the numbers on the scale, because if you're building up your muscle that will increase and improve your metabolism, then you will have a better body composition. Now, science-based supplementation is of paramount importance because many people say to me, oh, well, if I eat enough, you know, fruits and vegetables or good nutrients, then why do I need to have supplementation? Well, yes, you do. The fact of the matter is, many of us, particularly those of us that are in Australia, I think majority of us are in Australia on this call, would know that we are one of the most depleted soils in Australia, meaning that many of the things that are like poor fertilizers or pesticides and lacking of minerals and nutrients in our farming facility means that whatever food that the farm has grown, whether it's fruits or whatever that is, by the time it comes to your shopping center, like your supermarket or market or even farmer's market, it will have already gone down in the amount of the minerals and nutrients and vital chemicals that you need. So because of that fact, we definitely need science-based supplementation to enhance not only weight loss, in fact, our total well-being, because of the fact that we need 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables. In fact, the better organic, the you know, will be even more so. It's better than, you know, those that are not organic, of course. But the thing is, there is no way. I've actually done this, you know, training as well as my own workshops many times. When I ask my audience, how many of you can say to me that you actually have 5 to 9 servings of vegetables and fruits today? How many of you here can say that you've had in your 3 meals or your 5 meals, including your snack, that you've actually had 5 to 9 servings? 1 serving of fruits and vegetables is a double handful of like your palm size. So that means like 10 handful of palm size of fruits and vegetables, right? Really, that is unrealistic. It's actually very rare that we can do that every single day, right? And even if we do, we are unable to really get the full nutrients, as I mentioned, because of the depletion of soils, particularly here. And so that's why we need to actually have enhancers or accelerators. That is our science-based supplements to help us. And then last but not least is education. Do you know that you don't know what you don't know? Have you heard of that saying? If you don't know what is the reality, then you don't have the education. So what we have is actually comprehensive, very customizable education, whether you're doing 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or even 12 weeks, which is the most comprehensive. education coaching class to help you understand how you can then, have behavior modification, how to be aware of the different types of, say, macronutrients, micronutrients, and the type of different foods that will be suitable for your particular needs. And that's why we say that it's not one size fits all, because some people might need to actually just build muscle and they don't need to lose weight. And that person will be having different types of menu plan, exercise plan, or even different types of, way of being. It's not even just about the food, right? And the mindset change as well. For people that have a lot of weight to lose, then again, we have different, which I'll be showing you the different types of menu plan a bit later. Now, the first part of our 4 components, as I mentioned, is low glycemic impact eating. We actually have a whole week about this training when you come to my coaching class. But just in a nutshell, this is a really good graphics for you to see. Low glycemic impact eating is a very, very important concept. It actually started about 60, 70 years ago, where a lot of health practitioners, including nutritionists, dietitians, and chiropractors, GP, nurses, all the different types of health professionals met together as a result of all of them seeing so many people with rampant diabetes, type 2 particularly. And they're thinking, okay, what would be a good way of nutritional diet to help these people? So they have a meeting together, and all they have come up with, apart from all the different types of eating, is one thing in common, which is the low glycemic impact eating. The reason being that if we are able to lead a low glycemic impact eating, that is a lifestyle that will be able to help us to be in what we call a blood sugar level green zone. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. And that will actually help us to get into a fat burning mode, which is really ideal for not only weight management, but healthy living, as well as preventing your blood sugar level to spike up. Hence, fantastic for type 2 diabetes, right? And we've had so many people in the last 10 years or so, since the start of TLS, as well as low glycemic impact eatings all around, being able to actually use this as a way to help them cope with their type 2 diabetes. In fact, many of my fellow TLS certified coaches who are like myself and others, certified and trained nutritionists and diabetes experts or educators, have been using this long time with great success as well. And if you can see the 4 and 5, which are really what we call the fat storage zone. So when you actually have high GI foods that will spike your sugar level, then of course your fat burning mode will not be sustained in the green. It will go up. When that happens, then it will lead to a sapping of your energy. And that is really a no-no in terms of weight management and in terms of your healthy lifestyle. So that's why we advocate, no matter where you're at, whether you're already very fit and healthy, or you don't need to lose weight, you just want to have a little bit more muscle, or you need to lose weight, or if you've got type 2 diabetes, doesn't matter where you are, it is crucial that you eat a low to medium GI food, because it will keep you into a fat burning zone so that you can be kept healthy. That balance will help you to reach what we call find your fit. You will see this find your fit, a concept that we always talk about when we talk about TLS, because every single one of us will have a different way of reaching our fitness. As I mentioned, for those that are obese, losing 30 or 40 kilos may be the way to go. Then, of course, a 12-week program might not be enough. In fact, I've got 1 or 2 of my clients that I've been working alongside for like a couple of years already. Whereas some of my recent clients that we've started this 30-day jumpstart, within 30 days, they've been able to lose 6 to 10 kilos, and that's good enough. And they've been able to find their fit, and then all they need is to basically just maintain in a continued commitment program, you see. So very important for you to understand this concept. Now, with the 30-day Jumpstart, it is a very simple short-term program that is designed for effective weight management. And this is what we call, most customizable weight management program available, because there's no one size fits all. As you go through a profile, you'll be able to find out where you're at. And so for those that are wanting to actually have a really good start, the 30-day Jumpstart is a great program, because this will fit into your lifestyle within 4 weeks. You can pretty much, as I mentioned, lose anywhere between 6 to 10 kilos. Or, as I mentioned, it's not a good idea to actually only focus on the number of kilos. In fact, number of centimeters around your body is more important to focus in on, whether it's particularly your belly fat, your stubborn visceral fat, which is the fat around your organs. You know that there are people that are actually skinny obese. Like my mom, for example, she has always been underweight. When you look at my mom, you know that, oh, she doesn't need to lose weight. However, she's got 3 highs, which is high cholesterol, high sugar level, borderline diabetes, and she had high sugar and high blood pressure. Now, in the past, all these 3 things meant she had to take some medication. But since she started doing the TLS program with some of our amazing scientific supplementation, all those 4 pillars that I mentioned, she was able to actually get back into a very healthy state. She's now 70 something, but she looks like in her 60, and she's very, very healthy. And it's all thanks to TLS. And it's the same with me. As I mentioned, I was never really healthy or fit. Even though I was not overweight, I've not been able to actually do exercise until I started with, TLS. And now I'm able to do exercise. I'm healthier than ever, and I look younger than 10 years ago. So TLS not only helps people to lose weight, it also helps you to actually, feel better, look younger, and, have more fitness. And so that is the 30-day Jumpstart. And then we also have a more comprehensive, customizable 12-week challenge where you can actually achieve your weight loss and wellness goal. And we teach you all along every single week 12 different amazing, important topics that are centered on, as I mentioned, the 4 pillars, as well as the mindset, how to reduce stress and how to actually go through obstacles and stuff like that. And it will help you not only to eat right, but to stay strong as well. And so these are the 2 signature programs that I run to help my students and clients as coaching programs. So for you to be actually learning about what is the best plan for you, we have a free weight management profile. And it all depends on how you work out the different pillars, whether it's your behavior modification, the way you eat, your lifestyle, and even your budget, your diet, your activity levels, your goals, and your behavior. So once you actually answer those 26 questions in the profile, then we'll be able to ascertain what is the best plan for you. So what are the plans available? Well, first is the Detox Power Foods. Detox Power Foods are the type of foods that really will help you achieve a cleansing of your body. Because no matter what happens, for those of you who understand the concept of free radicals, they are the molecules that actually always attack our cells. We have like millions and trillions of cells in our body. And if we don't actually have, free radical scavenger, which is basically antioxidants in order to help us cleanse our body, plus the Detox Power Foods, which is, the 7-day of fruit and vegetable with protein and a bit of, as we will go through, a lot of water and good fats and grains and starches will be eliminated. Then alongside some of our amazing scientific supplementation, your body will be cleansed, and it can actually help you to kickstart your weight management efforts. And even for those of you who may not need to lose weight, Detox Power Foods or Detox Plan is really important, because it will help you to really cleanse out your body. Just like your car needs to be serviced to change your dirty oil to clean oil, we also need to do that regularly. So normally we say to people, generally, if you're eating fairly healthily, I would suggest once every 6 months to do a detox program. But if not, then at least once a year. But for those that are generally not very healthy, then you need to actually go through detox once every 3 months. That would be my suggestion. Now, these are some of the things that we actually suggest for people when they actually go through detox plans, and there are certain rules that we recommend, and that is very colorful foods, as you can see. So that's what I mean by new favorite foods. I mean, if you love food, then you would definitely love TLS. A lot of people have the wrong concept that, oh, I love food, that's why I can't go on diet. But again, we are not a diet, we are a lifestyle. Do you know that the word diet, D-I-E-T, starts the first 3 letters as die? We don't want to die, do we? That's why we always say, we are not a fad diet, we are a transitions lifestyle system, meaning you're transitioning from being overweight to healthy weight, being obese to maybe a little bit overweight, then to healthy weight, or being healthy to having good muscle mass and fit, or if you are already pretty fit, we can even help you to be fitter. So TLS is actually for across the board. Now, with the detox meal plans and rules is that you can have unlimited servings of vegetables, 3 servings of fruit, 2 servings of proteins, 2 servings of healthy and good fats, and minimum, 8 cups of water. And we definitely encourage you while you're detoxing to have the aloe juice and the digestive enzyme. These 2 I highly, highly recommend, and I do that all the time, whether I detoxed or not. Every day I drink my ultimate aloe. Now I even have digestive enzyme with my complete greens, and I feel so much energy and feeling so clean all the time. So really, you want to be a clean, mean, fat burning machine, clean, mean, fat burning machine. And when you detox and you go through TLS, then you can be one. And while you're doing the detox, then you need to avoid alcohol, coffee, sugar, dairy, soft drinks, or any carbonated beverages, processed food or fast food, and refined grains and starches. So these are very important, because when you're able to do that, then your body will be cleansed. Once your body is ready, then it will go into the next plan. All right, so the next plan for some people could be fat shredder, which is actually helping you to burn fat. So any of you has extra fat, then this is a really good plan to get into. Generally is 2 to 4 weeks. And if you're extremely committed to achieving short-term weight management, especially losing the extra belly fat, stubborn belly fat, as well as visceral fat around your organs, or even, fatty liver. I've had a lot of my students and clients and customers been able to actually reduce the fatty liver as a result of doing this program. And so you can actually expect to lose anywhere between 4 to 5 kilos in a fortnight, or even 9 to 10 kilos in a month. So of course, that would be pretty much it. We don't want people to be going on to more than a month in fat shredder, because it's really strenuous in terms of both your exercise and your food. And we don't want people to not have a certain food group for more than that, like, your grains and some of the good, starches and carbohydrates as well. Okay, so that's the second plan. The third plan is rapid results. So if you are motivated, dedicated, and committed to do what it takes to reach your weight management goals fairly quickly, but not as strenuously as the fat shredder, then the rapid results is really quite an amazing program, because you can actually lose an average about 1 kilo per week. And so if you do a 12-week program with me, which is the most comprehensive, generally people can expect to lose anywhere between 10 to 15 kilos, even just on the rapid results after the detox plan or the 30-day jump start. So it's really good, because you can actually have, 5 to 6 servings of protein, vegetables, and dairy. Dairy is something that a lot of people find very difficult not to have during the detox or the fat shredder. But once you get on to the rapid results, then you can start having some healthy cheese and yogurt and stuff like that. But however, with the rapid results, the grains and starches are still not to be had, so that you can actually focus more on having healthy fats and protein and fiber, because with TLS we've got a saying, protein and fiber in every meal makes weight management no big deal. And then last but not least, in terms of the weight management program, is the Sure and Steady. Sure and Steady is actually one of the most popular in that it's actually quite lenient. If you are the type of person that doesn't want to dive right into the water and want to go a little bit slow, then you can ease your way into it. Then you can do the detox 7 days, then come on to the Sure and Steady. And it can help you to actually have gradual change to your lifestyle. Because if you do, the 12 weeks of the Sure and Steady, you can expect to lose, about 5, 6, 7 kilos for these 3 months. And that's not bad for majority of people. And if you feel like, okay, after this 12 weeks, I'm more able to then do a more sort of challenging, so to speak, then you can always move into rapid results. In fact, quite a lot of my students would choose after the 30 days, do a couple of weeks of rapid results, then move on to Sure and Steady or have a combination. So what I always say is to evaluate it, and you can always talk to me as your coach, that I will be evaluating as you go. So you don't have to be so set in stone which plan, because you can always sort of, evaluate and do a change or a combination of different plans. But Sure and Steady is a good one if you don't have many kilos to lose, say, 5 to 7 kilos, then for the 12 week, it's a really popular one. And with this one, you can have 2 servings of dairy, 1 serving of starches, and 1 serving of whole grains. So then this is really quite good for those people that love all different food groups, which is quite good. And of course, exercise is always very crucial as well. Now, continued commitment is the program. If you are already in a healthy weight and you want to maintain lifestyle, because as we mentioned, transition lifestyle system is a lifestyle, is not a diet. So even for people like me, I've reached my weight goals for many, many years. My body fat percentage is good. My metabolic rate and age is actually nearly 20 years younger than my real age. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm 20 years younger with my metabolic age. I still always do the continued commitment because it actually allows for flexibility, which is what we call flex plan along with this, and occasional indulgence, and we call it Pareto principle, which is 80% of the time you can actually eat the normal TLS continued commitment plan as below, and you can then 20% of the time eat a little bit of indulgence like cupcakes, or alcohol and stuff like that is fine. But you can see that you can eat a lot more as opposed to the Sure and Steady in terms of grains as well. So that is something that a lot of people find very, very helpful. So here are some of my existing group. This is actually part of my 12-week. Today is actually at the start of my week 11. So by the end of Sunday, we will finish our week 12, and then we're starting the next 12 week from next Monday. So here are some examples. You can see very, very important to have colorful food, different types of food groups, but protein and fiber has to be in every meal, whether your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including your snacks in between, because that will actually help you to be able to absorb your macro and micronutrients and vitamins and minerals, as well as a lot of the vital nutrients that are very important. Of course, good fats, as well as as I mentioned, the starches, as well as whole grains, all of that is part and parcel of the different meal plan. And of course, whether you're in detox and a fat shredder, your rapid results, your Sure and Steady, we do have a plethora of amazing menu plan, as well as rapid, we call the recipes for you. So if you want those, while you're in my coaching program, I send them recipes for you. And we also have a lot of different exercise plan that we can send you as well. So this is what we're going to be focused in on for those that want to actually start off with the 30-day jumpstart, which is what we call ready, set, and go. And when you get the 30-day jumpstart kit, you will get a little booklet like this one that I'm holding here. And it's a jumpstart kit TLS. And it will actually help you to create your success within a short period of time, only in 4 weeks. And we find that in the past, when we used to do 21 days, it's not actually as good as now we're doing the 30-day. In fact, I've actually done 4 different 30 days now. We've only just finished the last 30-day a few days ago. And in July, 1st to the 30th of July. And I run this 30-day every single month now. And the first one I did with a global group in the US. Then I did 3 other one, which the second one is all Aussies, which is get lean during quarantine. Of course, now we are still in quarantine. And then the third and the fourth is actually different groups of people from not only, Australia, but also Asia as well. I've got clients all around the world now from Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and I even have 2 of my TLS students from the US, which I'm so passionate about, helping people from all around the world, because now with Zoom, we can do that very, very easily. So phase 1 of our 30-day jumpstart is what we call the detox cleanse. Phase 2 is the fat burning. So 7 days and then 3 weeks after that. And you'll be having this jumpstart guide that we can actually show you what you can and shouldn't eat, as well as the type of exercise and the servings of food as well. So here is sort of in a nutshell what you will be going through for the first phase of the 30-day. Day 1 to 7 is to renew and to replenish your body. So you would be recommended to eat a rainbow colors of food. So you will have a lot of phytochemicals and nutrients inside of your body to actually cleanse out all the toxins inside, right? And then the phase 2 is fat burning to help you repair and reshape. So even for those of us that don't need to lose weight, the 30-day will really help you to be a leaner you and a healthier you. I mean, even for me, I've done the 30 days twice already, and this has really helped me to reduce my body fat percentage and increase my muscle mass alongside doing exercise. And below you can see the 30-day jumpstart kit is in the little flyer, and it includes the TLS nutrition shakes, which are 2 different flavors. One is the chocolate, the other one is the vanilla, and we have what we call shaking and baking, recipes that you can use, not only just to drink the shake, you can bake them, to make really, really yummy cupcakes that are healthy as well. And then we have the isotonics, OPC, multivitamin, aloe juice, isochrome, as well as a tracking sheet that you can use. And this booklet, as I mentioned, is really, really helpful when you order the kit. And if you're from different parts of the world, I know that I've got a friend from Malaysia. You can see on the right-hand side a bit later on, there will be a 30-day jumpstart in Malaysia. Okay, and here is our existing group that just finished from July 1 to 30th, where we actually do the exclusive private group with people that are in my coaching group in a 30-day jumpstart. In the past, we call it Get Lean During Quarantine, but now I'm going to call it like Jumpstart Coaching Group, July, August, September. So every single month I run one so that you can actually join us anytime, any month. But of course, if you want to do the 12 weeks, which will be more comprehensive, you can learn so much more, because as I mentioned with the 4 pillars, the education is very crucial, because knowledge is power. Applied knowledge is even more. If you just do the 30 days, you will be able to reach a few kilos here, but then you may not know all the education. As I mentioned, you don't know what you don't know. If you want to be more equipped and empowered in understanding about TLS, then you can actually join me in the 12th week. And within the TLS coaching group, we have a lot of different information that I post regarding recipes. You can see the tracking sheet, which you can either use the PDF, or I actually have and online you can use a Google Sheets or like an Excel spreadsheet to do your own tracking, or if you can even better get this one. This is a TLS journal. You can actually order it and do this for 12 weeks. I would highly recommend that, because the statistics show that those that work on their journal actually get 30% more success than those that don't. And of course, exercise tutorial and jumpstart booklet, etc., are all part of it as well. And we've got different tools, as I mentioned, the journal, website, and social media. So now I'm going to be sharing a few of the testimonials, and then I'm going to be inviting one of our featured really good students of mine and my partner to share. So here is Kenny. Kenny is my recent, one of my recent clients. That was the very first 30-day jumpstart group, and she lost 4 kilos and 4.6 centimeter in her waist, and you can see the before and after photo. Her body fat percentage, especially the belly fat, has reduced, and she's now part of the 12 weeks. She's now in her week 11. This is an old photo when she did the 30 days. She's got even better and definitely will reach her ultimate body composition and optimal health goal. So this is Kenny, and the other one is Brian. Brian is a friend and customer of mine who actually also did the very first May Get Lean during quarantine, and he has lost 5 centimeters, which is amazing. And he was actually quite overweight, but then within 30 days, he was able to lose that many centimeters. As you can see, her belly fat has been reduced, and he's now also doing the 12-week and also getting even better result. Now, this is Annie. Annie actually reached really great results with the 12-week coaching program last year, and she lost 4% of her body fat. But not only that, she was able to reduce her fatty liver and high blood pressure. So as I mentioned, a lot of people normally just look at, how much fat percentage has been reduced or how many centimeters, but a lot of other clients of mine have been able to, like Annie here, normalize their blood sugar level, blood pressure, or even type 2 diabetes and fatty liver. And she found that the TLS scientific supplementation, particularly the trim tea, helped her a lot. And this is Jason. Jason was someone that was really obese when he first started his 12 weeks, but then he was really following the TLS system and the 4 pillars. And he said this: I have finally achieved the feeling of success, which you can't put a price on. TLS has remodeled my lifestyle from being habitually sedentary, so he used to not move at all, and unmotivated, to a healthy, positive, and active man. And he's reached his goals, and he's now a better husband and father. Now, this is also a testimonial for many, many people saying that as a result of doing TLS, they are now a better husband, better father, better mother, better grandmother, even, a better sister, daughter, whatever it is, because when you're unwell or when you're overweight, you tend to be so lethargic and not healthy. And so the people around you will not be able to get value from being with you. Just like when I remember when I was unwell, at one point I was quite unwell. And even though I wasn't overweight, my loved ones, my husband, they were actually carrying a burden because of that. So that's why, if you are thinking about your why, as I mentioned in the beginning, at the center of everything, whether healthy journey, whether your lifestyle or your business, whatever it is, you really need to have a why. If you don't have a why, then there's no point really doing a program like this, seriously. Okay, so here is Heidi, who is a business partner of mine, and she has a twin baby. They are so cute, 1 boy and 1 girl, who are now 3 years old now. And when she first gave birth, she told me that, her weight had gotten out of control, and she was aching all over as a result of giving birth, and she couldn't sleep. And her skin was suffering, and she was really stressed, of course, having to look after, 2 kids all in one go. And at that time, she felt like really she had to focus on her herself and get her health back. So when I introduced her to the TLS weight management solution a couple of years ago, during that time, you know, her baby was only 1 year old. She has started, you know, a new way of looking at food, started to exercise and prioritize her tasks. So as I mentioned, you know, TLS is not only just about food and exercise, it's also about mindset, and that TLS has been able to help Heidi do that. And it's given her a new healthy approach to life, not only just about weight loss. And she's already right now reached her pre-baby weight. And this photos were taken actually last year, and she was able to, you know, from the time that she got started with more than 80 something kilos to now even below 70 kilos, in mid 60 kilos. So she has done really, really well with this program. Now, Pietro is a friend of mine that really didn't need to lose much weight, but his goal was to gain muscle because he was quite healthy already. And his big goal was to actually gain muscle. And he did. Within only 30 days, he gained 2% muscle. And his waist size went from 102 centimeter to 89 centimeter. And he's now so much fitter than before. And he said that he does feel amazing to achieve my goals. And he really loves his healthy lifestyle. And now he's actually being trained to be a lifestyle coach alongside me as well. So here I'd like to invite, you know, one of my latest students, Charmaine Castleman here, who just finished her 30-day TLS journey a few days ago, and she's got some really good results. So I'll pass the time to you right now, Charmaine, to share with us, please.
Hello, thanks, Kitty. Yes, so I joined the 30-day TLS challenge on the 1st of July. And so, yeah, I had a really great experience actually with it. Overall, I found it really easy to follow, and there was a huge amount of variety, which sometimes you don't get from other programs because they tend to be quite strict. Probably the most challenging part of the 30-day was the detox week. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that because it is the first few days are a little rough, but if you can get through the first few days, after that it definitely gets easier and it gets better. The recipes that are provided are really great. My favorite is by far the protein pancakes. I've had them probably every day now for the last 4 weeks because I love them so much. I definitely did not feel deprived or hungry during the program, as Kitty kind of talked about throughout the presentation. You eat a lot on the program, and I didn't realize how little I actually ate of the wrong foods. Whereas now I actually eat quite a bit, and you know, it's all healthy stuff. I'm a huge sweet tooth. I have massive sugar cravings, and with the help of the supplements like isochrome, the sugar cravings have definitely gone. I no longer, you know, rush out to grab that slab of chocolate. And the digestive enzymes have also just been amazing. I used to bloat a lot after eating certain foods, and I found that's definitely lessened with introducing the digestive enzymes. Kitty also mentions the trim tea quite a lot. I really love it. Because I've only used it for 4 weeks now, I think there's another 4 weeks to go before you start seeing results, but I'm really excited about the trim tea. So overall, over the 30 days, I lost 13 centimeters. 6 of those were around my waist, and I definitely feel like I have much more control over my food. So yeah, it's been a great journey. Thanks, Kitty.
Thank you, thank you. I love working with Charmaine because you really, you know, follow the system. And of course, while we are all during lockdown right now, I understand that, you know, the exercise part is not necessarily the easiest, but she always goes out with her lovely dog Coco, and that helps her with some exercise. And I love that. And as you can see her before and after photo, even only 30 days, you know, you can see the physique change in terms of her waist area, like has been reduced 6 centimeters in 30 days is really a great result. And not only that, you know, it's so crucial to actually follow all 4 pillars. And as you can see, all of the dot points that Charmaine has put here, she absolutely follow the low glycemic impact eating with the recipes, and she does follow, you know, the supplementations that are fantastic for her specific needs during the detox and also the fat burning phase. And now she's going on to the rapid results and sure and steady, and is just a matter of when that she would absolutely reach her ultimate health goals. There's no doubt about that. And I love how she actually made the trim tea into a beautiful cafe looking tea, which I I really admire, because I just normally just have the trim tea and add some hot water, but she can make it into a latte looking thing that looks really yummy as well. So thank you, Charmaine, and I look forward to continue supporting and serving you in our next 12-week journey as well. All right, so as I mentioned, you know, as we have the getting started with the 30-day jumpstart is a really good one to set the foundation for you. Then after that, you can choose 8 or 12 week. The 8 week is what we call a Feel Great Innate, which is only just home study where I will just be sending you information. But now I'm more sort of inclined to actually encourage people to do the 12 weeks, because all those 12 different topics are crucial for your education as well. And so these are the 4 different components: low glycemic impact eating, where you will have new favorite foods and not, you know, having less food. Remember that. So if you're the type of people that love food, then this plan is for you. Body composition with your metabolic repair, supplementation and education as well. So if you're ready to feel and look great, to lose weight, body fat and centimeters, to have more energy and improve your health, then our upcoming 30-day as well as the 12-week group coaching program, which is for your body and mind transformation, will be starting next Monday, the 10th of August. And if you want to be part of that, you can contact me or the person who invited you. You can just take a photo of this slide, or, you know, email me back, because every single one of you that actually came into this Zoom meeting would have my email address already, or you can WhatsApp me, then I'll tell you the next step. And this will actually allow you to get into not only losing weight, but you'll feel better, look better, have more energy, as well as overall reaching your find your fit goal as well. So I would like to encourage you to take charge of your health. As I mentioned, if you are already feeling tired, stressed, overweight, frustrated with some illness, TLS can be something that will benefit you a lot, so that you can make a change and live life to the fullest. So that's all I would like to share for tonight. And if you've got any question, we can actually